Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we're going to brew, the magic of time travel is going to look like today, but I'm going to start it today and we'll finish the brew off tomorrow. But we're going to brew Cooper's Golden Crown Lager. This is one of their expensive kits, usually 20 something dollars a can. So we're going to do a batch of this. I've never done this one before. As you know, I've been brewing a lot of lagers lately, or lager style beers. So I thought I would start off with doing one of these. Now I've got another batch to do maybe after this one. I'm going to do this sparkling ale, but for now we're going to start with the Golden Crown Lager. So what we're going to do with this kit here, I've got some Caramalt, say that again, some Caramalt malt sitting in here. I'm going to cold seat this overnight, just put a lid on here. I'm actually only just going to leave it in the garage because it's pretty cold out here anyway, so that should be fine. Plus I don't have room in the fridge. So I did about 500 grams of this, and we're going to, once that's done, I'm going to chuck in Northern Brewer into a bit of a wort. I might just use all of this 20 grams. I haven't quite decided yet. Maybe I'll only use half of it. Probably will just use half of it. Don't want to overhop the beer. So yeah, I'll use some Northern Brewer, to be determined, probably half. Brew it with this. I'm going to do it with 1.5 kilos of Light Dry Malt, which is not on screen. It is now, sort of. Light Dry Malt, I actually have some, finally. Going to chuck about 1.5 kilos in, and after about 5 days or so, I'm going to dry hop it with some Pride of Ringwood. So we've got a bit of variety this time around, doing something slightly different to the usual Woolworths brand homebrews. But I've kind of got sick of drinking shitty beer, to be honest. I've been buying beer a lot lately, probably because I'm sick of drinking my crap homebrew. So hopefully this will turn that around. Plus, I'm sort of running out of stock anyway, and it's about time I started brewing again. I really wanted to give some of these other kits a try. So yeah, this is a new kit for me. We're doing a bit of a full process here, which is nice as far as extract kit brewing goes. Probably the only other thing I will do is give a shout out to the homebrew shop I bought this from. This is actually from the Newcastle homebrew shop. For anyone local in the sort of Sydney area, generally New South Wales area, they have pretty good shipping. Like, it's $15 flat rate shipping. My dad keeps recommending them to me, and I gave them a shot this week. Got my stuff within 2 or 3 days, and yeah, they're pretty good. They even leave a little thank you note on the invoice, so good for them. And the prices are pretty good too. I think I bought like 4 kilos of Light Dry Malt, some Caramalt, the Northern Brewer, and 2 of these, kits. And I think the whole lot was about 90 something dollars shipped, so closer to 100. But yeah, either way, it's pretty good to get all that stuff shipped to you. Definitely won't complain. So I definitely recommend them if you're sort of a bit lazy like me and you never get around to getting to an actual homebrew shop. But so many shops, their websites look like they're built in 1996. Crazy shipping rates on a lot of them. But this one is actually a really good homebrew shop, so bit of a shout out there. This is not a sponsored video. I'm definitely not at that level of making videos that need to be sponsored or, whatever. So yeah, hope this turns out alright. We'll continue to brew tomorrow. She's just going to steep overnight in here, and I'll use this wort tomorrow for the hops. And we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to doing it, actually. I've finally got a bit of mojo back in terms of wanting to brew some things, probably because I'm bored. Looking forward to it. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so I've had this cold steeping overnight. Looks pretty good. As you can see, you bring it out, you got all that nice brown liquid down there. So I'm going to use that to make a wort. I'll use half of the Northern Brewer hops. I think I'll just use half of them, 10 grams give or take. Actually, you know what? I'm going to steep them in boiling water instead of putting it into this, purely because I don't want to have to deal with all the hop residue. So that's what we'll do instead. Having said that, I will still boil this up, just make sure we kill any potential pathogens, germs, or whatever that might be in there. Looks good. Let's get started on this. Right, I went and changed my mind again, actually. So I just used the same bag I had my grains in last night. Just put my hops in there. Probably put a little bit over half, so we're probably looking close to 12 grams, but that should be fine. So yeah, when this comes to boil, I'll just dip that in and let it go for 10 minutes. That seems about right. In the meantime, I got the fermenting vessel sterilising, got all the stuff in there. I actually had to re-wash this. Usually I wash them pretty well after using them, so I just have to re-sterilise them when I'm rebrewing, but I actually found some gunk in the bottom this morning, so had to re-wash it. Just always check, I guess, just make sure that everything is clean. So re-wash it, sterilising it now. We'll get that going, and then we'll use 1.5 of these and that. One downside is I don't actually have any lager yeast. I thought I had some, but I don't. So we're just going to have to use the kit yeast that comes with this, which I think, I'm just looking at the thing there, it looks a little bit different to the usual Cooper's kit yeast. It's been a while since I've done one of these kits. This what do you call it? Yeah, so it is a little bit different. Thomas Cooper's yeast. Who knows, maybe it's the same stuff, just in a different packet, but looks a little bit different than the old gold packet. So we'll just use this yeast, give it a shot. Yeah, I'll be back in a minute once this starts boiling and that goes in. Okay, so we just dumped our 1.5 kilos of light dry malt in, a little bit extra unfortunately. My measuring was pretty bad, so it's close to 1.6 kilos. Not to worry. Yeah, just about to put in some boiling water just to sort of break it apart, mix it up. I'll get onto that. This is finally nearly boiling. This pot takes a long time to boil for some reason. Sure I had something else. Oh yeah, so back onto this fermenting vessel after that leaky episode. I think it was the last batch I made actually. So got a replacement tap. Thanks Dad for that. Definitely handy, and I definitely prefer to use this vessel over the other blue one, which works, but this one's a lot more easy to control with the pouring and just makes brewing a lot more easier with the nice wide lid. Thermometer that actually sort of works, and measurements that actually kind of work, as opposed to me just putting water in and drawing a line. Alright, so I'm going to get on to mixing this up and back in a sec. Love that smell, hey. It's probably got a couple of minutes left to go. Yeah, it's just sitting there doing its thing. Started filling up the rest of it over here. Yeah, it's going pretty well. Sorry for the noise. We film in front of a live audience in this house. Can't be helped. Yeah, looking like a good brew. Keen to try this one. Okay, so we've put it all together now. I've brewed it up to 22 litres. I was going to go 23, but I figured, 22, why not? One thing to note, and I expected this because of the boiling 4 or 5 litres in hot water, plus a couple of litres to sort of mix it up as well, boiling water. So it is sitting pretty warm at the moment, up to 28 degrees. That is almost certainly too hot for the yeast. I have actually put yeast in before at about 26, 27 degrees and still made a beer, but that was with the gold packet yeast, the Cooper's gold packet, and in a batch that I wasn't quite as I guess nervous about. This one I kind of really want to work well, so I'm going to let this sit for a few hours, probably until tonight. Then I will put the yeast in. While we're here, let's have a quick look at this kit. So this is one I haven't done before, so they recommend to brew this one with 1 kilogram of light dry malt. That's all. So given we've used 1.5 kilos, we should have a fairly similar taste to the intended product, with the addition obviously of the Great Northern hops, which should add some bitterness to it. I've actually never tried Great Northern before, so I'm keen to see how it goes. Other than that, it's just kind of a waiting game at the moment. Like I said earlier, I will actually dry hop this one with some Pride of Ringwood. Might go 20 grams. I'll do that after day 5. And that is pretty much it. So, hope you're all going well. I'll try to get a few more videos up in the next month or so. I've definitely got another kit to do actually while we're here. So this will be the next video coming up. We'll be doing the Innkeeper's Daughter Sparkling Ale. So hopefully this is a lot like the Cooper's Red, for anyone who's familiar with that drink. That's a pretty nice beer actually. You can get it in long necks too. So yeah, I'm going to give that one a go. Haven't quite worked out exactly what I'm going to do with it yet. I may not add any bittering hops to it. I might just sort of brew it almost as is with some dry hops. I've got so many hops here to dry hops, so might use some of that. But yeah, looking forward to that. Just having one of these at the moment. It's just some cheap beer, John Boston Golden Ale. It's cheap. Tastes alright though. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks again, Dad, for the tap. Appreciate that. Oh, one issue I had during this batch I didn't get on camera. So I was looking for my big spatula, you know, the big spoon thing that you use to mix up the brew with. It was actually, I left it in my previous fermenting vessel, which had some sterilizer in it. Not an issue, that's quite normal, I do that all the time. When I went to get the spatula out, it actually had a little bit of mold on it, as did the fermenting vessel. It had some mold down the bottom, so something hasn't gone quite right there. I'm going to have to give that vessel a really good clean out if I ever use it again, so that's something to keep in mind. I gave the spatula a really good wash and sterilised, so hopefully I did enough. I'm a little worried. Obviously you see mold on something, you wash it, you sterilise it, and you hope to hell that there's nothing left alive when you're sticking into your wort. So hopefully it's all good. Like the first thing I stuck it into was the boiling hot water straight out of the kettle too. So hopefully if the sterilizer didn't kill anything, the boiling water will, hopefully. If not, guess I'm screwed. But we'll see how it turns out. I hope it's going to be fine. I'm pretty confident. Haven't really had an issue with contamination. I think I had one batch that was somewhat contaminated. But yeah, hope this one turns out alright. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to getting back to brewing, and you know, we've got plenty of time now. We're in lockdown again. I think I mentioned that before. And I don't think that's going to end anytime soon, so it looks like we're just doing what we got to do. Got my vaccination the other day, the first one, so that's exciting. But other than that, same old, same old. Anyway, I'll let you go. Keep brewing. Thanks, guys. Happy to hear some suggestions. If anyone's got any good ideas to do with the Innkeeper's Daughter, I'd love to hear it. If you've tried it before, I'd love to hear what your thoughts on that batch are too, actually, because it's one I haven't tried, and I'm definitely keen to give it a go. All right, cheers, guys.